tonight. So he provided some background and summary on this hearing. So again, the city's received the rezone application from Baltic Square LLC. So this includes the two parcels we've been discussing tonight. Tract 2, except the east 91 feet thereof, and Tract 3A of Baltic Heights to be rezoned from B1 Business District to R3 Residential District. The request notes that the south frontage will remain B1 and only the northern portion would be rezoned to R3, and the site plan that we included as an attachment. If the rezone is approved, the developer intends to erect 2 12-plex apartment buildings, parking lot, and storm sewer detention equipment. It would be intended to develop the frontage lot along Lovely Avenue at a later date. It should be noted that the site plan provided is for reference. A plan review process would be completed prior to construction. So I know that goes to Steve's question regarding the details that would be required of a building permit. Again, a rezone does not bind them to the site plan proposed. Utilities are present at the site to serve as the proposed development. However, if the community continues to grow, improvements are recommended to increase capacity of the city sanitary sewer lagoons. The rezone does not comply with the current comprehensive plan on file with the city of Baltic. The comprehensive plan recommends commercial development should continue along Lovely Avenue, with the area immediately north of the commercial development shall remain park with the possible addition of a community center. The city of Baltic has the opportunity to capitalize on growth within the Sioux Metro with this project. This project would provide additional diversity of housing type within the city. Chapter 18 of Baltic zoning regulations to be adhered to as part of the rezone process. So again, he highlighted that the prior action was a rezone request by Baltic Square, which was denied by P&Z and council. The possible action tonight, which we've discussed, some procedural defects would be either to recommend approval to the city council for final action or recommend denial to the city council for final action. That's the end of Justin's letter. I would say that, we can move to close the meeting, or we can move to vote as far as where the P&Z stands. Should we have had opportunity to vote on a rezone that would allow B1 frontage? I know there was some discussion on surveying, so being that a rezone request is an ordinance change, again, we have to have a legal description that would describe the entirety of the parcel. So with the rezone request having one portion intended to remain B1, the action that would be taken if the procedure would have been followed tonight would be to make a motion to resolve to approve a rezone in the future consistent with the site plan that was provided in order to provide reassurances to the developers that such a rezone would occur. So that's kind of my piece from the city engineer, and then just some legal there. So
in a nutshell, can you say that in English for the people in the back that didn't quite follow that?
Sure. So again, we don't have to take action tonight. If we recognize that there was a procedural defect, so to say, with the signage on the property. I do not know whether
there was one there last time that it got mowed. I don't know where it ended up. But you said there's supposed to be 2?
There's supposed to be one for each lot.
So, so again, I would entertain that we still may take action tonight, recognizing the risk of pushback on the defect. And the actions would be either to rezone the entirety of both parcels as they are described from B1 to R3, or recommend that the council deny the ordinance and move to support the rezoning consistent with the sketch plan. The sketch plan includes that B1 frontage, which is consistent with their application. tricky part there is that there has not been a replatting of the property. So we would be relying on the sketch plan and the line drawn and, intending to hold the developer to those lines. Does that make more sense?
We're asking to have that conversation with the city since we're in, the way I read it is we're entitled to another public hearing because of the, the defects. So we'd like to have another public hearing, but we would like to have this conversation with the city to agree upon that line so we can actually present a preliminary plat. So we can follow the correct order to Tony's point, but we need to know that the city is amenable to that conversation. So I'm asking the Planning and Zoning Commission to make a recommendation to the council to have a good faith conversation with the developer to start working on that line and that replat, so we can submit a complete application that is in compliance with the comprehensive plan. I would venture to say that if Justin saw my memo, he might rethink his evaluation of it not following the comprehensive plan. I think it's pretty clear that it has. And it was done 100 feet away.
What was done 100 feet away?
Where the fourplexes and the storage units were, that's still growth zone G.
That's
And it was,
2 acres away.
it was intended,
Okay.
it was intended to be all B1. And then they rezoned it to half commercial and then half R3, which is exactly what we're asking. Well, not exactly asking, but we're asking a split of B1 to R3, which has been done in the exact same growth zone on the exact same street.
I will say to that point, I think you'd agree with this, Deb, that previous administrations didn't necessarily follow everything to the letter of the law. And we've been trying for years to get the ship moving a little bit, make sure that we are compliant with what we're doing is supposed to do.
Well, and R3, medium and high density of R3 is very complementary to B1. Because to Jason's point, you don't want to put medium and high density in the middle of a neighborhood.
We got a meeting at 4.
All right. So now we're gonna close it, I guess.
Can I make a motion that they would have that meeting? That,
No.
I have no idea.
that, the planning and zoning would meet with the developer to go through a plan, and we have that meeting?
No.
We can't do that, Debbie, because we're not engineers. We can't tell whether or not it's right or wrong.
Can we have our engineer here?
It's got to be within legal the statutes. And that's
Debbie, what we were asking is having two representatives from the city, one obviously being Justin, the city engineer, and somebody else to talk to our engineer so we can have a proper conversation about the replatting and that process with the good faith intent that the city would move forward with that.
Can we do that? Is that illegal or not?
I don't think the P and Z can bind the council to anything, but I think you can
Make a recommendation.
make a recommendation.
Okay, so I'd like to make a recommendation. Pardon?
We can recommend.
I move to recommend the conversation take place.
Is there a second?
I want to hear more of the motion.
Yeah.
But what are you recommending? I want to be very clear for the record about what you're recommending. I think I understand what you're saying. That's okay, just say it out, and then that's why you have legal representation here. She wants. Yes.
So I believe you're recommending to the city council to have a meeting on a replat line to be drawn between the residential and business district
Yes,
within each parcel.
can we do that?
Yeah. So just say so moved.
I so moved.
Been moved.
All those, wait, who seconded it?
Nobody.
We're waiting on a second.
Oh,
So the motion dies.
So in other words, the council doesn't want to work with it? Is that what you're saying then?
No.
No. So this council doesn't want this to happen?
no.
What's the next steps then? I mean, are you guys just saying no to it? The city council, I mean, what, does the council ever just shut us down?
They're not a council.
Just planning and zoning.
Planning and zoning, is the planning and zoning. Is that, I mean, you wouldn't second a motion just to have a meeting about it. I mean,
But what you do is I have a meeting, the seniors do that, it's because they can see what's in, so which one would you make?
talking about it,
Is it because you already did? I mean, they did already.
I am having a station.
So, yeah, you do a motion.
Well,
You do a motion.
Yeah.
because it's time for city council to say, I'd like to move to close this meeting, please.
Yes, I, ready to the meeting right
All those in favor?
All those in favor?
I,
Motion carries.
all those in